Welcome back to another exciting session with Coach Key and my sisters Keep Her. So for those of you who've been following me on Instagram, I know that you've been seeing me and my adventures, and trust me, I am about to create an incredible opportunity for you all to go with me. Woo! Yes, we are planning an amazing retreat. Yay! So get ready, make sure that you stay tuned, keep up with us, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook so that you know what we are up to. And make sure you join our community. My Sisters Keep Her, H-E-R. So, listen, I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about jealousy, and guess what? I'm not talking about it today. But I am going to talk about another J that we talked about before. So we had gotten into this whole series about J's, right? Judgment, jealousy, and now justification. So I know you're like, Key, justification, okay, everybody does it. However, when we have a bankrupt self-worth, our justification is heightened, okay? Because all justification is, and we have to accept that we do it because everybody does in some shape or form, justification is when my ego is trying to protect my identity, okay? And so when you have a bankrupt self-worth, your justification is now in maxed out mode because your identity already is saying to you, you're not enough. I'm not enough. I'm broken. Something's wrong with me. Why didn't they love me? Why doesn't this person care about me? Okay? So now things that I do or things that happen to me, I'm going to justify them. Now, one of the things that's kind of difficult when it comes to, I wouldn't even say difficult, one of the things that really is not very good when we're dealing with that maxed out justification. So when I think about maxed out, right, I think about, because we're dealing with bankrupt self-worth, right? When I think about maxed out, I think about like a maxed out card, okay? There's nothing left on it. So you take your justification to the extremes, okay, or to the limits. When you have a bankrupt self-worth, okay, let me tell you how. It really affects your relationships. Number one, it's gonna cause your memory to be distorted. So things happen and your perspective may be skewed because you are justifying. Because that's what the ego does. The ego comes to want to protect your identity like a mother would protect a child. And that's okay. But when your self-worth is bankrupt and that justification is now coming and it's causing your memory to be skewed, your perspective to be off, now it becomes an issue. And remember, all of this is so you can become more self-aware, because that's one of the pillars of getting out of, I guess the best way to say it, a bankrupt self-worth is so that you're aware that you even got these issues. Because some of us don't realize, we think that it's okay because we've justified it. So, perfect example, you're at work. You work on this PowerPoint and you think this PowerPoint is the bomb, honey. But then you take it to your boss and your boss has critical feedback about it. So what are you gonna do? You are now justifying. Oh, she didn't like me anyway. I knew she never liked me. Okay? And we do that. We do that in our relationships, like when we're building relationships with people or trying to. Oh, she didn't like me anyway. I knew that. That's why she did that to me. That's why she said that to me. That's why she didn't include me. Okay? Then the next thing you might do is, oh, I was never good at PowerPoints anyway. I don't even know why she asked me to do it. We're justifying. Okay? So you see where I'm going along here? Same thing that we do in our friendships, where we might say, instead of saying, with our boss, okay, I never get it right. If your friend asks you, hey, can you pick this up for me? and then you don't pick it up on time, your friend is mad at you, and then you're like, oh, well, I don't know why she asked me to do it in the first place, because she knows I'm never on time anyway. Or she knew that I had XYZ to do. Instead of us just accepting, you know what, I was wrong. Because when you have a bankrupt self-worth, being wrong at something is magnified. Everything about you is wrong. It's not, because we have been conditioned, and I'm a witness. When you have a bankrupt self-worth, you have been conditioned to everything being wrong. It's not just that behavior. It's not just the situation. It is everything about me. My identity is now wrong. All right. So you understand how that justification to the max, right? So in that same scenario, then one of the things we do as with those of us who have suffered with a bankrupt self-worth is then we turn on ourselves. I knew I wasn't going to get this right. I knew I should have did this, or I do. So now we start all this questioning of ourselves, and we are bombarding ourselves and kicking ourselves, and it is just awful. Okay? So that justification is just awful. We do it in our partner relationships, okay? Where we justify why a partner left. Because I don't want to say that it was something about me. It had to be you. It's not, right? It's you. It's not me. It's because you didn't love me enough. You didn't do this enough. You didn't do that enough. But we don't take responsibility for our behavior and our actions. And it's not that we are wrong. Like our whole entire identity as a person is wrong. It's just you might have committed some actions and some acts in that relationship that were wrong. So I love, I can't remember the name of this coach, but she does toxic relationship coaching. And I remember her talking about how when we're in toxic relationships, at some point we do have to take responsibility for the role that we played. Whether we stayed in that toxic relationship too long, we have to accept that. We can't keep pointing the finger. And so when we're dealing with our bankrupt self-worth, it's all about the internal. It's not about fixing what's on the outside. It's what's going on up here and in here. So if you find yourself justifying your behavior all the time, or if people say it to you, because remember I told you about those girlfriends who are so loving, those partners, those cousins, those godmamas, mamas who say, you always justifying what you did. Take a look at that and start to really evaluate and drill down. Why am I always justifying my behavior? Why is it that I'm not just accepting, you know what, I did do something wrong, but it doesn't make my whole person wrong. It just makes that action wrong, and I can correct it. I hope this was helpful, you guys. Love you so much. Listen, don't forget, subscribe. Share this with someone else so they can subscribe as well. I really am on a mission to build my following, and I really appreciate your help. Leave a comment below, like it, love it, share it on your Facebook page. Love you guys so much, and thank you so much for your support. See you next time.